Okay, it is time for some lens ASMR. Listen to this. I've always thought that ASMR is pretty creepy, really creepy, even though I like to listen to it sometimes when I'm going to sleep. So I'm just gonna quit this right now, put this cap back on, and start the video. Hey everybody, my name is Timo Varakas. That is a Finnish name, probably hard to pronounce. If you can't pronounce it, you can just call me Tim. Today, this video is a quick video about using the X-H2s for video, and these tips right here are gonna make your life easier, probably. Now just to notice here, these are the tips that I use when filming YouTube videos. Not when I'm doing professional work or anything like that, but just to make your life easier and the workflow quicker when doing YouTube videos with the X-H2s. Now the first thing is pretty explanatory, and that is FLog 2. If you don't know what FLog is, it's a log profile that gives your videos and your footage really flat profile, a flat coloring, and you can color grade it as you want. It gives you a lot of dynamic range to color midtones, highlights, shadows, stuff like that. It gives you a lot of freedom. Now what I've been talking about is this. This is the log profile, just flat, nothing done, just straight out of the camera. This is when I've put in the Rec 709 Eternal LUT, and this is after I've done some grading. Usually I just put in a gamma correction LUT and that's about it. Now the negative side of using FLog 2 is that the base ISO is 1250. That is much. That is high. What that means is you need a really powerful VND when you're shooting outside, and my VND can handle it. Right here in this example, you can see that I got the aperture of 2.8 and my VND still can't handle it at all. It gives you cross vignetting. I had to pump up the aperture to 8 until I was happy, and it worked on the maximum setting of darkness. But there's a way to go around this. People don't really talk about it because they like using FLog, but what I do is use film simulations. I use the film simulation Eterna a lot when I'm outside vlogging. The base ISO of that is 640, which isn't that much because, for example, Canon cameras, what I had the base ISO of 400. The VND can handle it. It's great. The workflow is great because Eterna itself looks pretty good without any color corrections, but I still highly suggest correcting it a little. And what I do is put in that gamma correction LUT when I'm editing, and it just deepens the shadows and stuff like that. So it's great just to use that sometimes, just sometimes. Also, you can edit those film simulations to your liking, giving them the color and stuff like that you want. For example, you can get different kind of contrast or color scene if you're using slow motion. Now we've gone through film simulations and FLog, so the third thing is custom settings. You got 7 slots where you can save custom settings, and that is a lot. On the first slot, I have my basic settings for FLog 2. Shutter speed of 48 of a second, 24 FPS, that's it. On the second slot, I have FLog 2, but 120 FPS with 240 of a second shutter speed. Now on the third and fourth, they're the same, but with film simulations. Those are pretty much all the settings that I need right now. The custom setting 3 also works on vertical videos. 5, 6, 7, those are just some film simulations or film recipes that I've used and put in there so I can sometimes take photos or do a video or B-roll with that film simulation. Then there's the fourth thing, settings and button layouts. Settings are pretty simple. Put the focus in area, put on eye detection, put on IS, focus tracking to 0, focus speed to 0. The button layout, that is a different thing. I have put record onto the ISO button. That is because the ISO button is bigger than the record button and it's right beside it, and most of the time I hit the ISO when I try to record something and I miss recording something great or I don't know, meaningful because I just hit the ISO. Now the ISO I put on to the D-pad onto the right side Then I've put focus modes onto the D-pad up button just to change manual and autofocus, single focus when I want. That is for this video today, a quick few tips on how to get started at least with your X-H2s and start filming YouTube videos or videos in general and just testing it out. Button layout, settings, everything, they are personal preferences. These are what I use and they might not be for you. This is a good point where to start at least. So try it out. If you like the video, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.